Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, let's take a look at Bittensor and their native token TAO to see where you can land with a price target for the 2024-2025 bull run. I want to say up front, love TAO. This is a high conviction play, and I'm so happy that I'm finally able to make a video about this. But before we dive on into this, as always, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor, and while I appreciate that so many of you are hopping into this channel who have not subscribed to this channel, you've got to hit that subscribe button. I'm making videos of all your favorite cryptocurrencies, everyone that you've been asking about, every day, once a day at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, United States, and I'm making more content throughout the day. I don't want you to miss a single thing in this rapidly evolving crypto space, and so you've got to hit the subscribe button, and while you're there, be sure to turn on the notification button so you don't miss a thing. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into TAO, Bittensor TAO crypto. So a couple of things up front with TAO. This is a newer cryptocurrency, and so there are some totems, some markers that I cannot use that I'm able to use with a lot of other cryptocurrencies that I've reviewed. An obvious one would be looking at the 2021 peak and seeing where we are in comparison to the 2021 peak. This being a newer cryptocurrency, that is it's going to be much more difficult to navigate because that's a key measuring point that I like to use for different cryptocurrencies. And then comparing it to a lot of other things. I mean, the world of AI, this is so new, so rapidly changing that this is a price target. I give a price target at the end of this video, but this is a price target that I'd hold somewhat lightly. Okay, so with that in mind, there are some places that we can put some goalposts for where we're expecting Bittensor to be. But you've got to understand what is Bittensor and what are they trying to do. And the best comparison that we can make is OpenAI with, as we all know, ChatGPT. So ChatGPT it started out one way, it is now another way. ChatGPT, let's move forward here. We'll get to these dollar valuations here in a little bit, but OpenAI, who owns OpenAI? OpenAI is an artificial intelligence research laboratory that transitioned into a for-profit organization in 2019, which comprised an entity called OpenAI LP and the nonprofit parent foundation OpenAI. The lab, which was founded in 2015 by Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and various others, has a core focus on the development of friendly AI, keyword, that benefits society as a whole. Yet, now has primarily evolved as a capped for-profit entity with an exclusive commercial license to Microsoft. So Microsoft mostly owns OpenAI. And okay, does Microsoft have all the best intentions in the world with something like ChatGPT, with something like AI technology? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. It's saying a lot to have to put all this trust in Microsoft that they're not going to use it for their own purposes. I am much more on the skeptical side, so I think that I would much rather have another alternative that isn't as formable, changeable, moldable is the word, by a corporation like Microsoft. And that is where Bittensor comes in. So Bittensor, we think of ChatGPT as a very centralized version of AI. And I've seen evidence, I'm sure all of you have seen evidence of ways that it can be manipulated to, while searching for data, if there are answers that are produced that certain people don't like, that can be changed to a certain extent. I don't want anything to do with something like that. Bittensor is decentralized. It's decentralized, but it is very much cooperative in improving the system of a decentralized AI framework. I would strongly recommend going to their website and not reading their white paper, because their white paper is very highly technical. If you're a computer genius or a math genius, it might be perfect for you. Otherwise, there's an article summarizing their white paper. Check it out. Check out the need. Understand the need for something like TAO. And so looking at this on a broader scale, given the fact that TAO, I'm saying, is a high conviction play, what is the end result for TAO? Well, I'm seeing a lot of similarities between Bittensor and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, an amazing alternative in this world of fiat currency, in this world of centralized currencies, central banks, gives us a decentralized alternative for markets that is very attractive, especially for people who do not have as much access to the dollar, including people like me who their currency is the US dollar, but especially people who have fiat currencies that go to zero much quicker than the dollar will go to zero. Bitcoin, phenomenal alternative, maybe the most significant invention of this century. Bittensor, as Bitcoin is to the world of fiat currency, to the world of markets, Bittensor might actually be that when it comes to the world of artificial intelligence. We have centralized intelligence here, centralized AI, and with all the potential perils that is. And here comes Bittensor as a disruptor to that. And so thinking about where we're going in the world of AI, could Bittensor be the Bitcoin of the world of AI? How significant of a role is AI going to be playing in our lives? I think most of you would say it is going to be playing an increasingly significant role in ways that we may not even be able to measure. We're all talking about people losing jobs because of AI and things like that. That's possible, you know? And so Bittensor could be the Bitcoin of that. It has that kind of potential. But back to price targets, markers. What are the markers? Well, you know what? My mindset right now is Bittensor could one day be bigger than ChatGPT, than OpenAI. One day in the future. Right now, and especially for the next couple of years, I don't see that in the cards. So where is OpenAI's valuation? That's a good starting point. About a year ago, the valuation of OpenAI was about $29 billion. And so $29 billion, but a year in the AI world is like an eternity in other places. So much can change in a year. And so as of recent, we've seen October, at least the fall of 2023, we've seen a new upgraded valuation of $80 billion for OpenAI. Now, seeing as how I believe that Bittensor is behind OpenAI, and it's going to remain that way for a while, I do not see an $80 billion valuation as realistic. Now, yes, the TAO token is in the world of cryptocurrency, so we could see these wild swings, but I want to tell you, if Bittensor got to an $80 billion valuation, I would be selling everything entirely out and not looking back. Okay. I don't think that's in the cards. So perhaps something like around this initial valuation of OpenAI at the beginning of 2023, perhaps something like that is in the cards. I think that's a good marker, but again, I am very open-handed about this. So $29 billion, that's my marker. That's what I'm going to use in terms of trying to value the tokens of the TAO tokens. But a couple things that we really need to look into here. So Tokenomics, Bittensor, the TAO token, has 4-year halvings, just like Bitcoin, a 21 million total supply, just like Bitcoin. As of the day that I'm making this video, it has 29.04% of that supply in circulation. This is not a cryptocurrency. You've heard me talk about cryptocurrencies with terrible tokenomics. I would not lump this in with that. I would just say we're early in the token release schedule. And just like Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was just a few years old, you know, Bitcoin was just highly inflationary, just like TAO is at the moment, but that's going to be improving dramatically very soon. But we have the first halving here on September 25th of 2025, and at that time there are going to be approximately 10,500,000 TAO tokens in circulation. As of the day that I'm making this video, we're at 6.1 million about. So 10.5 million, that's another 80% increase in the supply. You've got to keep that in mind. That does matter. And so I did have an initial valuation based on today's circulating supply of about $4,000 per TAO token. That's not reality because we do have this inflation that's got to be factored in. So very few anchors, like I said. Current OpenAI valuation seems too high. If TAO did get to an $8 billion market cap, this is what our price would be, $7,600.19, based off of where the supply is going to be at the next TAO halving. Okay, it's crypto, you never know, but $80 billion seems too high in my opinion. I would like to go with the early 2023 OpenAI valuation. That seems like a better anchor, especially because if you ask the everyday person, hey, have you heard of OpenAI? They probably say no, but have you heard of ChatGPT? Oh, yeah, for sure. How many more people know about ChatGPT than Bittensor and their TAO token? I would say, what's the ratio? 100 to 1, 1,000 to 1? So again, 80 billion seems too high, but 29 billion, especially considering the fact that we're at a $1.5 billion market cap right now, that seems a lot more reasonable. And so 29 billion divided by 10.5 million coins in circulation on September 25th, 2025, the next TAO halving, that gives us a price of $2,761.90, or about a 10x, a little bit more than a 10x from today's prices. But I do want to remind you, I am very open-handed about this. You've already seen, if you've been watching this whole video, my struggle in trying to find what I would think would be a reasonable market cap. So if you have a much higher price target than this, I understand. If you have a much lower price target than this, I also think that there's nothing that I would say aside from like, all right, TAO's going to $100,000. You know, there's nothing that I would say that's completely out of line, you know, within boundaries. But regardless, okay, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section of this video. Do you think that 2761 is too high, too low? Am I delusional, as some people have said for other more conservative price targets that I have given? Or do you think that that hits the spot? Regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comment section of this video, and I will see you in another video. Peace.